Hi, I'm Lam. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Queen. Today I'm here to talk to you all about the Tilbury Bella Sofia or Dolce Vita eyeshadow palettes. We don't have much time, so let's get right into it. If you don't know Charlotte Tilbury, then you probably haven't been on the internet or Sephora, I guess, because she is one of the most popular, well-known, well-respected makeup artists. She has a very clear vision for her brand. So Charlotte Tilbury as a brand is all about effortless beauty, simple but yet glamorous, red carpet but yet normal life. So it's very versatile and it's all about the glow, the natural beauty of you, enhancing what you already have. So a few years back, I discovered her brand, and the first product that I got was the Light Wonder foundation. I have a review, I have several videos regarding that foundation. I will link it up here in the description box, so make sure you check it out. And then I kind of never looked back. If you are new to my channel, hi, consider subscribing to my channel. If you like this video and find it helpful, I have a lot of makeup, skincare, and fragrances, beauty related videos coming up. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me and watching my video and giving me feedback. I'm going to try my best to make better content for you guys. That's out of the way. Now we can talk about the quad. And I want to make my video less than 10 minutes. Wishful thinking, by the way. But yes, a little bit of information first. The Bella Sofia Luxury Palette is the color-coded eyeshadow palette, and it is 5.2 grams or 0.18 ounces for $53 US. It's made in Italy, and when you open it up, there is a nice mirror with her signature star on here. It has Charlotte Tilbury on the back, and it's all rose gold and it is an experience. And I got this in my recent order with her Black Friday sale on her website. I will link that video up here so you can see how much damage I've made to my wallet during the Black Friday sale of 2020, but this was the free gift for every order that is above 125 US dollars. So I was happy to get it. Most of her quads are designed in this order so that you have a very easy time using the shadows. So this is the prime shade. Usually she recommends you to put it all over the eyelid, and of course highlighting the inner corner and the brow bone. And this is the enhanced shade, which is kind of like a crease shade, and this is the smoke shade, which usually is the darkest shade in the palette. She put it in here. And then this is the pop shade, which has a lot of glitter and shimmer, and it's more like a top coat. It doesn't really have much of a base pigment. Instead, it has a lot of shimmers and glitter, so you can use the pop shade with any other shadow and it will transform the shadow and make it more party appropriate or add that glimmers that you would like. Let's do some swatching so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the prime shade, enhance, smoke, and pop. Supposedly, I've heard from people this is the old Charlotte Tilbury formula, so her newer quads are a different formula. But this is still very creamy, which makes sense because they are all like at least a satin finish. There's none of them are matte. So yes, this one, the camera doesn't do it justice, but it has a lot of gold glitter. Yeah, there's barely a base underneath all the glitter. It's just very gold, very bronzy glitter, and I think it goes really well with this palette. This is a neutral leaning warm palette because you can see this brown right here, the smoke shade, is very neutral, and this red, terracotta red, of course, it's a little bit leaning warm, but it's not a warm red. It's still a very neutral red. Because the base of this shade is a little bit muted, that makes it more neutral than warm. This is a champagne, very pinky shade. This is probably the only shade that is leaning cool in this palette. And then of course this is very warm, so it's gonna be used, if you are using it with any of these shades, it's gonna just warm up the look. So yeah, these are the swatch. I'm going to have these swatches on my Instagram at keepingupw the queen, and I will have it both in the shade and in the sunlight so you can see how glittery they are. But on YouTube we're gonna focus on the eye look. So yeah, that is the swatch. Now let's get right into the eye looks. I'm gonna try to create as many different looks as I possibly can because I want to test how versatile this is. When looking at it, I think it is gonna be very versatile. With the pop shade can change the texture of them. That's one thing, and then you have one of a more cool tone and one warmer tone, kind of a transition or a base for the look. So that's two other looks, and then you can probably use this one to change something. We'll see. But yeah, let's get right into it. And for the first look, I'm just going to use the prime shade and the smoke shade to do like a normal everyday kind of a natural look. And I already primed my eye with a concealer. Okay, I'm gonna use this fluffy brush, dip into this prime shade. It's very soft, and we're gonna put it all over the lid as she recommended. I don't know if you can see it, but it had a very light veil of shimmer. It's nothing crazy at all. But that's the thing about Charlotte Tilbury's shadow. They're mostly very calm and understated. And then I'm going to use this kind of a brush to add the smoke shade to the outer corner. Add a little bit of that smoke shade on the lower lash line. I use a liner brush and I run that smoke shade along the lash line and a little bit on my lower lash line, and this is the end of the first look, which is very natural and a little bit understated, to be honest. Now we're gonna go to the second look. We're gonna use the same eye, and I'm going to just change it out by adding a little bit of the pop shade onto the lid, and we'll see what happens. I think the first thing I want to do is to intensify the smoke shade a little bit. What I'm doing is just I'm taking this look from day to night. So we're adding a little bit more. I've heard somewhere that if you push on the pop shade too hard, it's gonna create hard pan, because I guess just the nature of this kind of shade. It feels a little bit not as creamy. I'm just gonna tap and slightly press because we don't want any fallout. I'm also gonna pop a little bit more of the prime shade just to highlight a little bit more on my inner corner. And this is the final look. Alright, let's do the third look. I'm going to go for the red this time. It's gonna be more reddish compared to this one, which is a bronzy, more of a smoky look. This one is gonna be a red. So I'm gonna go with my finger right away into the enhanced shade, and I'm gonna put it on my lid. Okay, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I love how easily it is to blend Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow. They basically blend themselves. I'm not gonna take it up too far, but I do want it to be a little bit intense. I'm also gonna tuck it into this area. To a bigger fluffy brush. I already clean all of my brushes, so there's not gonna be any cross-contamination between the looks. You can instantly see how warm it is compared to this side. Let's do a little more. This shade has a very unique base. The base is like brown, but then when it looks in the pan, it looks red. So it's a red with a brown, very neutral, very I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a very unique texture. Now I'm gonna go to my lower lash line. Now I want the lower lash line to be more blended, not as harsh. And then of course we're gonna use the prime shade. I added a little bit of a pencil liner moment, and this is the finished third look. Again, let's intensify this and make it into a clubbing kind of a look. For that, I'm going to use my finger again, add more of the red shade, but I'm not going to blend it out as much. Basically, you don't really need a brush to blend this shadow out. It just like magically put itself in place and do the blending for you at the same time. You can see that just adds so much smoke to this look just by that alone. I'm going to use a brush and add more of that shade on my lower lash line. Same finger into the pop shade. On top of that, I'm going to do a little bit of the prime shade. And then blend them together. Why is this so pretty? I'm also going to use a little bit of this brush and add a little bit of that pop shade to my lower lash line. It doesn't do well with the brush, I'd say. Off camera, I did add a little bit of the smoke shade on the outer corner of the upper and the lower lash line, and I did add more eyeliner. I just want to see how deep in the club I can take this eyeshadow quad to. But this is the final and the fourth look for today. Okay, final thoughts time. Keep in mind that there's no mascara, contact lens, lashes, but I can already take it this deep, so this palette is very, very versatile if you have those tools at your disposal. But my final thoughts, I love this palette. I highly recommend it. I think it is one of the best Charlotte Tilbury quads out there. If you are trying to get into her line of eyeshadow, this is the one I would recommend. And because it's so versatile, you can take it from day to night, from the office to the club, to a party, to a date, depend on your mood. You can use the pop shade to transform any of the other shades into a more poppy colors, and even the other ones, because it has such a velvet shimmery finish, you can use them differently depending on what you are going for. Like if you use them with your finger and just pack it on, it will look more shimmery and it will look more intense, and if you use a brush to blend it into the crease, they will look more matte. So, and I think it's very age friendly as well, because these are more velvet shimmery, so it's not going to look dry if you have more mature eyelids or dry eyelids. And I think it's gonna suit a variety of skin tone because of how much depth it has. If you have deeper skin tone and you have this palette, let me know what you think. But based on my medium olive skin tone, I can guess that it's gonna work for deeper skin tone. Not too deep, but better than a lot of other luxury makeup brands. So that's my final thoughts. I think this has become one of my most favorite eyeshadow palettes at the moment, just by playing with it for a short period of time, but I do like it. I'm going to look more into her lines, and that's it for this video. I hope you find it helpful. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my future content. I will see you in my next one. Until next time, don't flop.